that level.
Oh, I like the sound of that Batman like transition. Welcome to 2022's Play Level Podcast. Yeah. I don't know how that sounds. I just noticed yesterday doing a video. I did a video last night. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Let me click that. That was for I played a game and I did a video, and there was a part where I got a little loud, and in the video it like muted it. And I'm like, oh, that's the limiter I have on there, the settings. So I gotta kind of tweak my settings so I can still yell. I don't know what that was about. Blue Dev in the house. Yo. Chilling like a villain. Let me click on the E to the S to the P to the N. Oh, y'all play the Warriors. Oh, and we beat the Magic. We won another game in a row. I've had a full day. I've been doing a lot of stuff today. I would have loved to sit and watch the Bulls game today because my Bulls have been ice cold. DeMar DeRozan for MVP, baby. We'll get into all that stuff. Some sports news in a little while. But for now, man, let's get into this Play Level Podcast. Welcome to the Play Level Podcast. I am your host, Pablo Man 44. Each and every Monday, hopefully I can keep it on Mondays. Sometimes it's Tuesdays, and occasionally it's Wednesday. I'm sorry, things happen, life happens, and we are understanding people here. 9 players out. Sounds like every team in the league. This is crazy, man. They need to, I don't know, man. They need to keep their families away. Just don't go into a bubble. All right, because I got tickets for a month from now, and I need to be at that game, yo. Like, for reals. Yo, for reals. It's my 40th birthday. Like, go to bubble after. Let that be the last game if you're going to do a bubble or something. I don't need that messing that up. But anyway, each and every Monday, hopefully we keep it on Monday, sometimes Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday. It happens. Life happens. We understand. We're very understanding here. We come here, we nerd out about the latest in video games, tech, sports, TV shows, Netflix series, and all those. There's like 1,000 different streaming services now. We got Amazon Prime Video, we got Hulu, Disney Plus, we got HBO Max, we got everything. There's 1,000. It's hard to keep up. Paramount Plus now, But anything that comes out that I find newsworthy, usually it would have to do with gaming because I'm a very gaming, especially PlayStation, but I'm a very gaming centric person. A lot of stuff I watch, has some kind of gaming tie into it, but not all. Not even, I wouldn't say half, I would say, yeah. But enough. For stuff I talk about here at least, So we do that every Monday. We nerd out about all that stuff and, sports as well. I'm a big sports fan, and I have a lot to be happy about nowadays. Even though my Giants stink, my Yankees bombed. My Bulls are number 1 in the East, so that's something to celebrate, baby. Woo! Wait, that noise probably sounded muffled, but all good. This is what we do here on Mondays, and the first thing we like to do. Let me know if that sounded good, Vaughn. I've been hoping, I've been thinking that it's because of it running through how I have it running through the voice mod sounds. It sounded good? Okay, good. All right. So I think turning it down helped. I hope. Yeah, but the first thing we like to do when we come here for the Play Level Podcast is we like to talk about how we're feeling, because feelings matter. No, they don't. Not really. But, we just want to know how you're doing. It's polite. It's polite to ask, all right? It's polite to ask how you doing. And I can tell you how I've been doing. I'm doing well. How are you? I got over a cold or whatever the heck that was. Like, my throat was sore for a few days, and then I sounded like this for a few days. And I was coughing up mucus like this, and that was it. Like, and then it's gone, and I'm happy. I'm happy it's gone. You know, already back to work. I work tomorrow. So all good, you know, but it seems like there's a lot of stuff going on. COVID's still going on, and people getting stomach viruses, people staying close to their family too much nowadays. And it feels like it's 2 degrees. So I won't tell you how the weather was today. Add an 8 in front of that. I don't know what the temperature was, but it was definitely a warm day. You know, it's been warm. I mean, it was a little cooler today, actually. But it didn't feel like no 2 degrees. I can still go outside with this same t-shirt and these flip-flops, no socks. And these shorts. I can do that right now at night. You said a little tired, but who's asking? And, you know, I'm a little tired too. Like, I took a nap earlier today. I was like, man, I need a nap. I was sitting there playing something with the kids. What was I doing first before I started playing anything? Oh, I was here editing video. I edited the video that I made yesterday, and I still have another video to edit. The kids did their gingerbread houses very late, but we did them, and it was a fun video. So we're gonna you know, we're still gonna post it. We're gonna post it on Level 3 Gaming though. Level 3 Gaming has an updated logo. It's more universal now that we have Jacob there, and the kids go older, and they don't exactly look like their, you know, their little logos. You know, it's not just the hairstyle. The kids are they're older, and you know, all of them are a little bigger. Only a little Batman is still looking pretty much like his pretty much like his logo, but you know, I gave the Level 3 Gaming logo a little bit more of a universal kind of feel to it. But yeah, so that's that. We have yeah, we've come into 2022, and you know, I have a lot of, you know, positive outlook on it. It's gonna be a good year. You know, hopefully for the stream, stream is improving, and we get more viewers, we get more people, you know, followers, and you know, some subs. Same thing with the YouTube channel, the TikTok. You know, I'm trying to, you know, put more content, man. I already have, you know, a video lined up. I posted last week's podcast. I have the video I already edited and is ready to go. I just got to make a thumbnail for it to post. Then I'm gonna have this week's podcast. I have another game that I want to play. They're the little short demos, but they're like an hour and some change, you know, worth of gameplay. You know, ends up being maybe an hour-long video or whatever. And you know, they're little demos, so you know, I'm gonna go through them, hopefully. And you know, hopefully it's a fun video. I mean, I enjoyed playing the game yesterday, so hopefully you enjoy the video. Should be up soon. And that's a segue into, you know, oh wait, hold on, button's not working now. Oh no, I went away. That was the wrong segue. Oops, wrong one. There we go. That's better. Oh, it's doing that. Oh. Okay, so let me manually press these buttons because, you know, it's doing that thing. Where I press a button, then it presses more than that button that I pressed. It's all good. You know, technology. You know how technology is. But that's our segue. Let's press it again. Oh, come on. All right. Let's go to our soundboard. So that's our segue into our next segment, where we like to talk about what games we've played over the past week. So Ron, what have you played over the past week? And anybody out there who may be watching, what have you played over the past week? I like to ask, can you put it in the comment section? I'll just keep going with what I've played. I played some Genshin Impact. Oh, you played Skyrim? Good. Typical. Should have saw that coming. Oh, I'm so thirsty. Yeah, I played some Genshin Impact, some Minecraft today, and I played the game that I played. It was a horror game called Phobia, Saint, what is it? What's the name of it? Hold on. Saint Dymphna Hotel. Phobia, Saint Dymphna Hotel. You went on GTA for a minute, now you're going on Genshin while I stream? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I played. Oh, and I played some game with the kids today. I don't know what game it was. I have to Google it because they were playing it and they didn't know what it was. They just clicked on it and started playing it. It was fun. I think it was Moving Out. Let me see. I think that is the game. Yep, it is. Moving Out. We played Moving Out today. Yes, that's what I played with the kids today. Moving Out. Moving Out is a fun game. Oh, you're gonna buy Alan Wake? Yeah, that game looks good. That game is fun, and the second game looks like it's gonna be crazy. So I might play Alan Wake. I might think about it, getting into that as well. But you know, backlog, man. Backlog. I gotta finish off Spider-Man. I haven't played it. Like, it's been so much, y'all. There's been so much. You know, we did videos for kids opening the gifts. We did videos for doing the you know, the gingerbread houses. I did video for, you know, I got to do my podcast. I did a video for the game I played yesterday. You know, been playing Genshin, playing with the friends, playing Minecraft. You know, just a lot, man. It's just been a lot. But you know, I want to get into that. Game looks crazy. So screw the backlog. Just play whatever I want. I want to play those games. That's the thing. And I'm into the story of Spider-Man, so I want to finish it. And then I'm gonna get into whatchamacallit, Ghost of Tsushima and Death Stranding on the PS5. The director's cuts of those on the PS5s. So yeah, I have to get into the backlog, man. I have to pay attention to it because those games are on the backlog. And Hitman 3, I want to play it, but I want to play some more. At least I don't have to finish Hitman 2. But I want to play enough of Hitman 2 to feel like, okay, I can go on to 3. You know, because I love those games. Those games are mad fun. Hitman games, they get difficult, but just like any other game. I mean, nothing's more difficult than Returnal. So, and I'm still waiting for that patch or whatever, that add on, whatever they're gonna do before I play that again. Because that game was murderous, and nobody has a strategy guide of, well, this is what you should do and this is where you should go, this is how you should you know, fight this enemy, and this is how you should do this. Nobody does. Nobody did any of those. That game is too hard. Only 10% of people have completed that game who own it. So Skyrim's in your backlog. I mean, games like that, you don't have to beat, you know, because you may never beat it because there's so much of it that you haven't even gotten, and what you have, you're not even close to finishing because they have all these expansions, and they're like massive expansions that have all these, you know, main missions and side quests. So that's one of those games that never end. So I wouldn't expect you to finish that. So you can check that one off your backlog. You played a lot of that game, so that game is keeping you from completing your backlog, from even putting a dent in your backlog, you know. And said, yeah, but it's a main story. Everything's a main story if you look at it, you know. Depends how you look at it. You never beat the main story? I mean, could you? Isn't that like 1,000 hours or something for the main story? I don't know. It's one of those really long games. I can't call it. But yeah, man. That's all I've been playing, and I do need to get into some of these other games, man. I need to play them, man. There's stuff coming out. You know, we're a month away from some stuff, man. Oh, I'm getting a text. Oh, from Pastor. Let me text back. I will check again tomorrow. You play multiple backlogs at once. You gotta spread it out. That's what she said. Hold on. There we go. If I had my buttons, that would have been quicker. That's also what she said. Let's see. No. I didn't even press anything on that one. Oh, that might have been my mouse. I'm trying to see why. Where's touch portal? Let's reload that, and let's connect with OBS. All right, let's close it and let's open it again. That could be it. Something simple like that. New WebSocket connection. There we go. And it's disconnected. Why is it disconnect? There we go. And it didn't change anything. Woo! All right. So yeah, let's move on to the next segment, where we get into the stories of the day. What's the first story of the day? Oh yeah, report that PSVR 2 will be entering mass production in China soon. In China. PlayStation VR for PlayStation 5, currently dubbed PSVR 2, will reportedly be starting mass production soon. As spotted by Reddit, XR hardware analyst Brad Lynch reported the headset would be in production at a Chinese manufacturer known as Zodiac, and the process is due to begin shortly. Whatever that means. Very little is known about the new PSVR headset. We don't even know what it looks like or have an official name. Sony confirmed its existence back in February and said it enhances everything from resolution and field of view to tracking and input. We're not sure exactly what that means, but there will only be one cable from the headset to the console. Reports have suggested the headset may feature 4K as well as a vibration motor and foveated rendering. I don't know what that rendering, although they may stick with OLED screens instead of moving to LCD screens. Yeah, I mean, stick with the OLEDs. We know more about the new controllers that are being developed alongside the new PSVR headset, although it's unlikely these will be produced in the same location. The new orb design is intended to give players a greater degree of freedom of movement and positioning. DualSense features like haptic feedback and adaptive triggers will be included, as well as finger touch detection. The button layout will also be split between the two controllers, meaning a dedicated controller for each hand. That's good. The new PSVR headset isn't the only hardware in production at Zodiac. Meta's Facebook Project Cambria mixed reality headset will also be in mass production at the location, while they still have a deal to continue producing Pico headsets despite selling the Pico brand to ByteDance last year. They'll also be making components for Apple AR, VR, HMD. Hopefully, we'll hear some news about the upcoming PSVR headset soon, as mass production would suggest a release at some point this year. Wowza! This year, baby. Think about that. Imagine a new PSVR headset this year. Imagine they come and next month or sometime this month they like, oh, here's a bomb. PSVR 2 called PSVRality. I don't know what they'll call it, but you know, maybe they'll just call it PSVR 2, and they'll show a crazy looking headset, something real cool and real comfortable, because the first PSVR headset was super comfortable, and it was, you know, it was praised for it being, you know, way more comfortable than the rest of the headsets that came out at its time. And you know, it was a really fun headset. People, you know, oh, the games, the controllers, blah blah blah, still using old controls, old Move controllers. It still was super fun to play. And if you didn't play it because it had Move controllers, then you need to move on out of this earth. Go somewhere else. I don't know where you're gonna go, but dude, it was super fun to play, man. I still have it. I still will play it. There's still some backlog stuff on that. I still got to play a couple of games, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't know about some of y'all. PSVR 2 is gonna be crazy. They got to bring the size down some on the optic part. You mean like the part that goes on your face? Excuse me. I also have allergies, so that's another stressful thing, because around here allergies are all year. Resident Evil 7 did make it fire. Also did Farpoint with the gun that came with it. If you bought the whole shebang, that was so fun, y'all. There's a lot of games, man. Like, I've played a lot of stuff in VR that I really enjoyed. Like Blood and Truth was really fun. What was the other one that was made by them? There's two games that they made. One was on like the whole like CD, but there was quite a few. And like the Batman VR. The Batman VR was fun too. There's so much that they could have done with Farpoint. Like, if Farpoint came out this year, I know there would have been so much that they did that they would have made it so much. No Man's Sky was dope in VR. I haven't played it yet. Minecraft is fun in VR. Minecraft for the PSVR headset is fun in VR. Minecraft for the Samsung VR gave me a headache. PSVR's Minecraft was fun. I got to go into the city that I built and that I've been working on for years and walk through it like I was actually there. That was so fun, man. That is like the best part of it. You know what I'm saying? I just wish it had Move functionality, but it doesn't. You had to literally fly the ship. I just wish Minecraft would have used the Move functionality. It didn't. Because if it did, to be able to, you know, mine stuff yourself, that would have been so fun, yo. That would have been so fun. So hopefully they're thinking about that for the next generation of VR. But, you know, it is a Microsoft product now, and they don't have a VR, so we know how that goes. I give you the face, Microsoft, because you suck. Suck it, Microsoft. Xbox. Suck it, Xbox. You had to literally fly the ship, man. That sounds like it is fun. I do want to try it. There was a bunch of stuff, man, I've played in VR that was super fun. But Resident Evil 7 definitely was like I finished that whole game in VR. That was so fun. But yeah, PSVR 2 could be this year. It's saying it will soon enter mass production. Mass production means almost ready to go. So they can mass produce, you know, millions of them, a million of them by, you know, by August, by June, May. You know, it's January right now. If it starts soon, if it starts by the end of January, early February, they can have a whole lot of them you know, way before any time that it would drop. So it definitely could come out this year. It might be. So we'll stay tuned and keep looking out for an announcement for PSVR. I may have to Google it before the end of this show, just in case where I'm getting my information here on PlayStation Lifestyle, maybe they just didn't get it yet. But, you know, this is today's story. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, that was loud. Anyway, moving on. Now, I was in my garage giving haircuts today. So, and I feel like that's where I got sick in the first place, because of some stuff that we had, you know, from storage that I went through. You know, it could be why the kids, you know, no, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, they don't go through that. At least they can't reach it. So they definitely didn't go through it. So they've been fine. They go in there all the time, but it could be the stuff I went through. But we're going to go into the next story. What is our next story? Our next story is 6 new PlayStation Now games for January 2022 include Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age, and Mortal Kombat 11. I was hanging out receding hairlines today. No, you wasn't here. Anyway, Sony will be adding 6 new titles to their PlayStation Now service for January 2022. And neither was Neil. We already knew that Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age, will be added this month. But that game is also joined by Mortal Kombat 11, Fury Unleashed, Unturned, which will make Christian happy because he wanted that game and I refused to buy it or let him buy it because the game sucks as far as I'm concerned. And Super Time Force Ultra and Kerbal Space Program Enhanced Edition. I don't know what these games are. I would have to see what they are. But he did want Unturned. Final Fantasy 12 The Zodiac Age is the final title of the 5 Final Fantasy games to join PlayStation Now. The Zodiac Age is the PlayStation 4 remaster of Final Fantasy 12 that also includes a remastered soundtrack, trophy support, and the international Zodiac job system content that was previously exclusive to Japan. The game takes place in the midst of an endless war between Arcadia and Rosaria. The small kingdom of Dalmasca is annexed by the tyrannical Arcadia. Dalmasca's princess, Ash, forms a resistance movement and joins forces with the wannabe sky pirate, Vaughn. Together, they try to take down the Arcadian Empire. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing these things right. I do apologize if I'm not. But yeah, this is just giving a synopsis of the different games. Well, you know. Kerbal Space Program, this is the ones I don't know. Super Time Force Ultra is a platformer. You can manipulate time to give an advantage while taking down enemies. By rewinding time, characters can even team up with the previous versions of themselves, turning a single player experience into a co-op game. That sounds kind of cool. Might want to try that out. Super Time Force Ultra. If I can remember, and if I care by the time I go and log in and look at my backlog and say, you know what? Not adding anything to that. Even if it is free on PlayStation Now. Because I have PlayStation Now. Kerbal Space Program. You can build a spacecraft. Is that VR? I don't know. Probably not. The Last of Us Part 2 and Neo 2 will be leaving PlayStation Now on January 4th. It's okay. I have those games. I finished The Last of Us Part 2. Awesome game. If you have not finished that game or played it, jump off a cliff. That game was awesome. It was fun. It had some stuff in it that, you know, of course, it's like, why did you put that in the game? Like, why are you trying to push that and stuff? Yeah, it did. A lot of games will. It's just the climate we live in. I, looked past that. And when you're shooting and you're running around and you're doing these missions, none of that stuff is pushed. So that's fine with me. It's only in the cutscenes and cinematics and stuff, and I can look past that stuff, you know, because I'm like, when I play a video game, man, I don't want it to get political to the point where, you know, you're trying to shove something down my throat that I don't agree with, may not agree with, don't care for, don't want to hear, don't care to hear, or whatever. You know, people have the freedom of choice, freedom of speech, freedom to live their life how they want to live, you know, just like the people who live their life, however, have the choice to do that. The people who don't agree with it have the choice to not agree with it. So, you know, shoving it down, that kind of spoiled the game for a lot of people. And I can understand the backlash it received for doing too much, you know, with that, but dude, when it came down to graphics and mechanics of the game and how they delivered the story and how it all came together, that game is one of the greatest games ever made, you know? So, yeah, but Neo 2, man, I want to play it, but I have to get through Neo 1. You know, at least further than I am. You know, I get to a point where it's like, I can't beat the spot that I'm at, and it's frustrating. But I have to keep trying. You know, it's another part of my backlog. You know, I don't know if I'll get to finish Neo. And I may never finish Neo 2. But I want to play them enough to be like, I played these games, you know? Not like, oh, I played that. But no, I played those games. Those games are good. You know, I played them. I put a lot of time in them. Did I finish? No, but I played them a lot. That's what I want to be able to say, you know? And once I do that with all these games, once I catch up as far as that, and then there's these main games that I just have to finish. Like I'm going to finish Spider-Man. Then I'm going to finish Ratchet and Clank. All right. And I should have been finished Ratchet and Clank, but I got caught up in all this other stuff and all these other things, and life, you know, coming at you fast, you know, it happens. But, you know, well, let's move on to our next story. My tablet died. I didn't know it wasn't plugged in. So let's just move on. The next story is Hideo Kojima. I didn't say that. You didn't hear that come out my mouth. We're not going back there again. Yes, we are all year until we hear something. Hideo Kojima says he's experimenting with a radical project. Revered creator Hideo Kojima has said that he's currently experimenting with a radical project and hopes to delve into video and radio work in 2022. To mark the end of 2021, Kojima thanked fans for their support while lauding Kojima Productions for managing to release Death Stranding Director's Cut for the PlayStation 5 in the midst of the pandemic. Now he's ready to start something new in earnest. Although 2021 was still a very difficult year for us, we managed to deliver the release of Death Stranding Director's Cut for PS5 safely, even in this COVID situation, while we were solemnly preparing and experimenting with new titles. Kojima tweeted, "Thank you very much. This year I'm going to start a new work in earnest and move to the next level of experimentation with a radical project. I'm also hoping to get the video team going, and I may start doing something like a radio project." Sounds like Kojima-san has his hands full. In his end of the year interview with Famitsu magazine, Kojima teased at least 2 titles, one of which he described as a big title and the other as a new challenge. It's unclear which one of these is the radical one, but we'll find out in due course. Worth noting that it didn't take Kojima Productions too long to release Death Stranding. It was out for 4 years after he announced his partnership with Sony Interactive Entertainment to make a PS4 game. As the boundaries of entertainment disappear in the near future, I'd like to make this a year that we take a step forward into challenging different mediums and expressions, Kojima told Famitsu. Now we wait. We do wait. And, you know, hopefully not too long. You know, I need some blockbuster announcement. It's the beginning of the new year. Somebody come out with a bang. Like somebody come and say, yeah, what? You know, we got this crazy game coming out. You know, here it is. Boom. Oh, you guys been waiting for something? Here it is. Pow. Something, you know? Something to make this, you know, to jump this new year off, you know? But, you know, we'll wait patiently and we won't get too antsy unless have to put in my code. What? Don't lie and say that was the wrong password. My password was right. Come on. All right, next story. God of War Ragnarok has apparently received its first age rating already. Okay. Age rating. Days after a release date entry for God of War Ragnarok was found in the PlayStation Network database, and one country's rating board seems to have awarded the game an age rating of 18 and above or mature already. As spotted by MP First, Saudi Arabia's General Commission for Audiovisual Media rated God of War Ragnarok and tweeted an update via its official account. A bit curious since there doesn't seem to be an entry for the game on GCAM's official website and at the time of this writing, and there's nothing on the front page either. We do see Zelda plastered there though. In light of this, it's unclear if Santa Monica Studio has been submitting God of War Ragnarok to rating boards around the world or if GCAM preemptively awarded it a rating. Nevertheless, you can view the tweet below and let us know what it means if you're from the region and well versed on GCAM's operations. We don't understand anything it says except for this is the rating logo and it has 18, which means, you know, it's rated M for mature. Age ratings are typically followed by release date announcements, so GCAM's tweet understandably had us scratching our chins. God of War Ragnarok's PSN backend listing pegged the game's release for September 30th, 2022, but as we previously explained, this seems to be a placeholder. We'll update our readers when we have more information. For now, God of War Ragnarok has no official release information other than its development for the PlayStation 4 and 5. And that's it. That's the end of the story. Yeah, so we know, I mean, we knew that it was going to be rated M for mature. Why not? It's God of War. Of course it is. Next story. Ken Levine's new game won't be released for at least another 2 years. Was due to be released in 2017. He can't blame the pandemic for that, because it took a whole nother 3 years, you know what I'm saying, before the pandemic came. 3 years. So in that 3 years after it was supposed to be released, he couldn't finish that game, and now it's another 2 years after the pandemic, and it's another 2 years off. Let's read it. Ken Levine is best known for games like System Shock 2 and the BioShock franchise, but nothing recent. And it seems like there's a perfectly good reason for that. According to Bloomberg, the next game from Levine is in development hell at his new studio, Ghost Story Games. Originally due to be released in 2017, the game is still estimated to be at least 2 years away from release. Development on the game began in 2014, so it would be 10 years. Yet after nearly 8 years in development, it doesn't have a name. There doesn't even seem to be a concrete idea of what the game is supposed to be. The game is meant to be built on a narrative Lego concept where every player's experience is unique. This can happen through characters reacting to the different actions of a player, resulting in different scenarios each time. The idea was meant to be unique and stand out from other games, but the title has spent so long in production that other games have got there first. Ghost Story Games' first version of narrative Lego was a Bioshock-inspired sci-fi shooter that took place on a space station that was home to 3 factions. Each of these factions could be an ally or an enemy depending on the player's actions. Whether the game still looks anything like this remains to be seen now that development has been rebooted or its direction changed numerous times over the past 8 years. The problem with reboots in Levine's world is that they often involve throwing away months of work. This isn't something new to Ghost Story Games. While creating Bioshock Infinite at Irrational Games, it was estimated Levine cut enough material to create another 2 games. Levine's taste can change at the drop of a hat depending on what he's playing at the time too. Features from the upcoming game had to be changed to emulate features from Dead Cells or Void Bastards, for example. The staff at Ghost Story Games understandably called this demoralizing and that it could be a hindrance to their careers. It is. They can't put out a game. How are they making any money? How is he paying them? All this time, how did he pay them? He can't pay them. How are they making any money? And how are they gonna get any other, jobs? How are they gonna get any other calls and say, hey, you wanna come help us with this and that? Because nobody knows how, what they can do. And it just looks like all they do is junk because he keeps throwing it out. But it could be just this one guy. Who, worked for Bethesda. Hello? Stuck in Xbox! Fuck it! I'm sorry, I got a little button happy. I'm apologize. I don't. I mean it. Okay. One of the issues the team is facing is that Levine's ambitions haven't scaled down to fit the size of the studio. Ghost Story Games is a small studio with just a fraction that was a beatdown. With just a fraction of the staff at Levine's previous studio, Irrational Games. With less than, he is very irrational. Exactly, you get it. He's irrational. With less than 30 people on the team, there's no way they can make a AAA size game with a budget team size. With a budget team size. Oh, budget meaning like a low budget. They only got 10 people. How are you gonna make a AAA game? The game has previously had elaborate levels and rich 3-dimensional graphics. Other versions had a complicated dialogue system that would morph based on players' choices, requiring a tremendous amount of writing that couldn't have possibly be completed within a year. Another issue is Levine's leadership style. He's been described as a flawed manager who often struggles to communicate his vision and alienates or browbeats subordinates who challenge him or fail to meet his expectations. A running joke throughout the studio is Conception, a reference to Leonardo DiCaprio film Inception. Here, DiCaprio enters a person's dream to plant an idea that the person then thinks was their idea all along. Without something akin to this, Levine was incredibly difficult to persuade away from his original train of thought. While an initial release window was set for 2017, this has obviously come and gone. The window has continuously been moved since, and Levine gets away with this because of the leniency afforded to him by Take-Two Interactive, the parent company of Ghost Story Games. They sometimes check how the game is going, but are reluctant to set a firm deadline, something that Levine seems to need. Ghost Story Games' current employees believe the game is still at least 2 years away from release, but only time will tell. That sounds mad toxic. That sounds like, man, like I would have left. I would have called up other studios like, I've been working with this Ken Levine guy, and he's kind of a douche, and he's like keeping us like in development limbo. We don't know when our game is coming out. He keeps changing everything. He doesn't like anything. So please, here's my portfolio. I'm emailing you right now as we speak, my portfolio. Get me out of here.
Oh yeah, and he works for Bethesda. And we know what, well, he worked for Bethesda, and then he made irrational games. He's very irrational. Come on, man. Suck it, Xbox.
I'm sorry. I get goofy with the buttons. New Year, who this? It ain't Ken Levine, that's for sure. Ken Levine. Can we get a new boss? Can we get a release date? Can we get a game? Next story. I swear those people need to go. They really do. Square Enix, or Enix, depending on how you want to say it, I don't care, thinks games shouldn't only be about having fun, they should offer incentives like NFTs. I always see this, and what is an NFT? I have to Google that. NFT meaning. What? I don't. That doesn't make any sense. NFT games meaning? What is it's not talking. What is non-fungible token? Could it contain anything digital, including drawings, animated GIFs, songs, or items of non-fungible token? Oh, I guess that one. Like if you get like like what are those things, like emoji or something, or emoticon, or what are those different? There's 1,000 different names for the same one thing. Oh wow. Square Enix president Yosuke Matsuda penned the company's annual New Year's letter to fans and stakeholders over the weekend, and this one's been getting panned left and right since it was published. Read the first 2 paragraphs of the letter and you'll understand why. It reads like a collection of bizarre, random thoughts in a promotional leaflet for metaverse, blockchain, crypto, and NFTs. To address the elephant in the room first, yes, House of Final Fantasy decided as early as May 2020 that blockchain games is one of the new trends that it wants to invest in. But Square Enix seems perplexed by the gaming community's response to NFTs, especially after Ubisoft announced its Quartz platform. According to Matsuda, some people play to have fun, but there's a group of people who simply want to play to contribute. And this latter group can help make games more exciting. How? We're glad you asked. Yeah, let's see about this. I believe that there will be a certain number of people whose motivation is to play to contribute, by which I mean to help make the game more exciting. Traditional gaming has offered no explicit incentive to this latter group of people, who are motivated strictly by such inconsistent personal feelings as goodwill and volunteer spirit. This fact is not unrelated to the limitations of existing UGC, user-generated content. UGC has been brought into being solely because of individuals' desire for self-expression, and not because any explicit incentive existed to reward them for their creative efforts. I see this as one reason that there haven't been as many major game-changing content that were user-generated as one would expect. What Matsuda is saying here is that all the user-generated content that we see in games is born out of gamers' passion for and interest in a specific game or games. However, these players aren't rewarded for their contributions, so we're not seeing any consistency when it comes to user-generated content. With token economies, these players can be given explicit incentives so that they can continue contributing for said incentives as opposed to just having fun. Masuda might be on to something here. Besides, Square Enix has already mastered the art of shifting blame, so should its NFT push fail, it can always blame its development teams like it casually blamed Crystal Dynamics for Marvel's Avengers. So what I'm getting here is that they want to kind of like give like some sort of incentive for people who make, you know, stuff for games, user created content, you know, like people who are doing like mods and stuff. I think that's what they're saying. But there's not many games on console that people can create content for, except for like Dreams and, you know, occasional mods for stuff like, you know, Skyrim and stuff. But regular people aren't ones doing that. Like that, like you have to have some development know-how. But for you know, Dreams, yeah, you got people, you know, using the platform the way it's supposed to be used. It's meant for people to make their own games in the game, and I think that's rewarding. They even, you know, they give those people some recognition. I don't know if they give them anything else, you know, for it. But he's saying, I guess they're saying that they want to reward people more for that. But it just feels like they need help and they're trying to get free help. And they just want to give the people like, you know, stickers and stuff for in-game stuff instead of giving people salaries to make good content for their games. They're like hoping people come out with some groundbreaking stuff, you know, and they can just hit them with a, here, you won this t-shirt for in-game use. Not even like a real t-shirt, like a NPC t-shirt, like you put on your like a t-shirt for your character. You can character creation tools and stuff if the game has it. That's what it feels like. I don't know. That has to be explained in more layman's terms for me. Like I need somebody to like clearly explain that, or maybe not just. It doesn't have to be in such layman's terms. Maybe that is, you know, maybe I'm getting it. But I just need clarification. You know, I guess that's what I mean. Because I'm jumping to my own conclusion, Square Enix. Sorry. Not sorry. Okay, so I'm up and running again. Now let's see if we can... Okay, touch portal. Open it up and see if we press a button. Not now. I don't want to rate it now. Relax. We just got here. All right, on to the next story. Button is working again. I don't have the kick button. I just have the punch button. I should add the kick button. I do have another page of buttons to add. Maybe if I have time. Elden Ring graphics team felt pressured after seeing Demon Souls PS5 remake. Yo, y'all forget. Bluepoint Games is a PlayStation studio. So, of course, they're going to put you under pressure. You're like, man, they made some crazy stuff over there. Yeah, they're a PlayStation studio, so duh. From Software boss Hidetaka Miyazaki has revealed that Elden Ring's graphics team felt some extra pressure after seeing Bluepoint Games' stunning PlayStation 5 remake of Demon Souls. During an interview with Edge Magazine, issue 367 via Video Games Chronicle, Miyazaki was quizzed about the remake's graphical fidelity and if it impacted Elden Ring's development. To which he said that From Software tends to prioritize other aspects of game development over graphics, and he feels apologetic towards the graphics team because they work extremely hard. I'm pretty sure our graphics creation staff felt that pressure more than anyone else, Miyazaki told Edge, and not just with Elden Ring, but with all the games we make. Graphical fidelity is not something we put as the top priority. So this is always an area where I feel a little bit apologetic towards my graphics team because I know they work extremely hard. Miyazaki went on to reveal that he hasn't played Demon Souls Remake. As he previously said, he avoids playing the games he makes because he doesn't enjoy them like a new player would. It brings up a lot of old emotions and a lot of old memories, and this gets a little bit overwhelming, and it doesn't feel like playing anymore, he added. So I've not played the Demons remake, but I am very glad to see it get this fresh look. These brand new current gen graphics. Elden Ring was released on February 25th, 2022 for the PlayStation 4 and 5. Will release. Xbox One and blah blah blah. and PC. Next-gen versions will be offered as free upgrades to those who purchase the game on last-gen consoles. So, will they be priced the same? So if I buy the PS4 version and it's cheaper than the PS5 version, then I get the free upgrade to the PS5 version. If the PS5 version costs less, then, you know, I'm buying the PS4 version and free upgrading to the PS5 version. Straight up. I ain't even gonna be shy about it. But, you know, the graphics for Demon's Souls was crazy, man. It's crazy. The game still exists and it's still fun. You should play it. I have to play through that with Ali. I gotta get Ali to help me play through that. He's like a master at those kinds of games. And me, like, you know, I want to play something else. Because I get tired of, like, you know, they sell a PS4 and PS5 version as one game. No, but here it says that if you buy the PS4 version, you get the PS5 free upgrade. Right? Right? You get the PS5 free upgrade. So if the prices aren't the same for the game, then I'm buying the PS4 version and taking that free upgrade. So I'm pretty sure they're going to price them the same. I'll have to look on the PlayStation Store. I'm not on my PlayStation right now. Maybe you could look at that. But, you know, next story. Graphics matter, people. Let's get into some other news, like She-Hulk apparently headed to Marvel's Avengers, voiced by Krizia Bajos or Bejos. I don't know how you want to put, however you want to pronounce. I'm sorry if I butcher names. I apologize. I mean, I'm sorry. I never seen them. I never heard them, you know, pronounced. I've never seen some of these names. Sorry. Twitter user Miller, who has accurately leaked Marvel's Avengers content in the past, has revealed that Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk, is headed to the game and will be voiced by veteran voice actress Krizia Bejos. Interestingly, the tweet below was briefly quote tweeted by Bejos, who added a green heart to it. Oh, so that means it's true. However, she later removed the tweet, presumably because it was seen as confirmation of the report before Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix made an official announcement. Krizia Bejos will be playing Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk, when she appears in Marvel's Avengers. Folks over at MP First reached out to Miller, who told the website that She-Hulk is definitely not the last character coming to Marvel's Avengers. However, he isn't sure if she's next in line or not. The content release schedule shakeup that pushed her into 2022 brought with it some surprises from outside of the established rumors, Miller added. Expect the unexpected. Despite a lackluster critic reception and commercial performance, Crystal Dynamics continues to support Marvel's Avengers with new content and updates. Although some of the updates have left players, not prayers, frustrated, it remains to be seen if the game can redeem itself a la No Man's Sky. Like, No Man's Sky started off very shaky. I mean, it's still not where it needs to be. It should be, but it's much better. For its part, Square Enix believes it made the wrong choice picking Crystal Dynamics to lead a live service project, something the studio isn't experienced with. We'll update our readers when She-Hulk is officially announced for Marvel's Avengers. Considering Miller's track record and Bejos' tweet, we're positive the character is in the pipeline. So yeah, there is a She-Hulk show coming for Disney Plus. So, you know, I wouldn't say it's far-fetched. I would, you know, and her tweet. I mean, that's kind of confirmation. Sorry, you know, Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics, you should have got ahead of that one. You know, you should have got her to understand that she can't be green heart and tweets with, you know, that say, you know, she's gonna be She-Hulk, and they didn't announce it. But, you know, that's their business. That's not my business. I mind my business. When we mind our business, on to the next story of the day. Canceled Bully 2 had very deep systems that were partly used in Red Dead Redemption 2, says former dev. Remember that Game Informer teased about Bully 2 earlier this month? Turns out the website was teasing a comprehensive feature about the canceled sequel that's based on interviews with former Rockstar Games developers who worked on the project. Talk about putting salt on a wound. But this is a wound that just doesn't heal for Bully fans. It's included. And me too. I wanted to see a new one. Especially with all this, next gen stuff going on, the graphics and the possibilities of gameplay. Come on. So here we are, reporting on it yet again. First, a brief refresher. Bully 2 was in development at Rockstar New England, which was known as Mad Doc Software prior to its acquisition. At least 6 to 8 hours of the game were playable, but Rockstar had other plans that kept pulling developers off of the project to support games like Max Payne 3 and Red Dead Redemption. According to 2 former developers who requested anonymity, don't hurt yourself, kid. If you haven't seen Finding Nemo, something wrong with you. Due to fear of repercussions, once Rockstar pulled people off Bully 2, they would never return to the project. There was a lot of focus on character, very deep systems, seeing how far we could push that, and putting up there alongside a GTA. One developer told Game Informer, Bully 2's map was to be approximately 3 times the size of the original, and the scope was very ambitious. For instance, Rockstar wanted players to be able to enter every single building, which is a monumental task in terms of development. Then, Rockstar wanted to add an AI system that would set a new benchmark in the industry at the time. The AI system will make players' actions more meaningful by ensuring that NPCs remembered Jimmy's actions, and there would be consequences for both good and bad behavior. We really wanted to make sure that people remembered what you did, so if you pulled a prank on your neighbor, they'd remember it, one developer explained. That your actions had more meaning beyond the 20-foot radius and the 5-second memories of the non-playable characters near you. Part of the system was later used in Red Dead Redemption 2, whereby Arthur Morgan's behavior is linked to his honor. The way you interact with other characters in the world, more than just with your gun or with your fists, they have some sense of memory. A lot of that stuff originated in Bully 2, the developer added. Game Informer's feature dives deeply into Bully 2's cancellation and Rockstar's crunch culture that was scrutinized in recent years, so we highly recommend reading it. But now we keep our fingers crossed for Bully's future. I wouldn't hold my breath. I mean, 2013 GTA 5 came out. It's 2022 and they're about to release GTA 5 again. So you're not getting another Bully game. I don't know what's up with Rockstar, yo. I don't know. Maybe they don't believe in themselves that they can come up with another great game. I don't know. Like, that's too long for one game. And, they put out another game since then, Red Dead Redemption 2. But, in the past, going on 9 years, one game? 2 games, technically 2 games. Drop GTA 5 in 2013. Drop Red Dead in 2019 that came out? 2018? Now it's 2022. I don't know. Next story. Get it together, Rockstar. Let's get some more games out there. We need that Grand Theft Auto 6. Riot Games settles sexual harassment lawsuit for $100 million. Dr. Evil, sorry. Riot Games, the creators of popular titles such as League of Legends and Valorant, have settled a sexual harassment lawsuit for $100 million. $80 million of that money will go directly to former and current employees affected, while the remaining $20 million will go towards legal costs. Additionally, the company has agreed to work with California's Department of Fair Employment and Housing to improve its internal reporting and fair pay practices for the next 3 years. Wowzers, exactly. Reports of sexual harassment at the company exploded back in 2018 after a Kotaku expose. Some employees reported that bosses or colleagues would send unsolicited pictures of genitalia. Others reported that male employees would frequently talk about sleeping with female employees, including people in the management positions. Gender discrimination was also allegedly rampant, as higher-ups would chastise female employees for being aggressive while praising their male colleagues for their grit. Well, the whole thing came to a head when Riot Games stated that the affected parties could not sue them due to mandatory arbitration. Put simply, the employees could not sue the company as they had signed a paper waiving the right to do so when they joined Riot. In response, Riot employees staged a walkout in 2019, prompting the company to reverse the decision. That is crazy. You can't sue. We can do whatever you want and you can't sue us because, you signed this document. Over 2 years later, the company has agreed to pay a large sum of money to settle the issue. Only time will tell whether Riot Games' culture of gender discrimination and sexual harassment will disappear for good. Come on, Blizzard, Activision, Riot, it's all these people who make these games I kind of hate. I'm tired of these games. Valorant. You know what I'm saying? League of Legends. I don't know too much about League of Legends, but Valorant, that's another Apex Legends, Fortnite, Battle Royale thing. Get them out of here. That's why they're doing that, because there's a bunch of turds who make these turdy games. I'm tired of these games. Get them out of here. Let's make some games with some love and some feel, some emotion, give it some story, some depth. Give it some, some oomph. Stop making these, buy the battle pass and, play the same loops over and over again. You go in with a bunch of friends and you shoot, and you win. You try to win team deathmatch and all this stuff. And you keep doing that over and over and over and over again. And here, pay for this skin, pay for this operator or this, person, this character. Do all this stuff, pay for all this stuff to play the game the same way. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to go in with the same guns and you're going to shoot at the same kinds of people and it's just going to do the same thing over and over again. There's no story to it. It's just, you get in and you just try to win. That can be fun for a while, but now there's 1,000 games like that. And it's give me something else and stop making other games look like that and feel like that. And, you're ruining the games industry with all these. I'm just being honest. That's just me. But yeah, that sucks. That lady in this picture here, she probably was sexually harassed. I don't know if that's a picture of before or after all this stuff came, but it's just terrible. Terrible out there. Next story. Final Fantasy 15 studio Mutant Insight is hiring for development of a high-end RPG on the PS5. Mutant Insight, a Japan-based studio specializing in character and background models for other games, is hiring new employees to work on an unannounced high-end RPG remake for the PS5. The studio's previous work includes the episode Arden DLC for Final Fantasy 15, as well as Blue Reflection Tai and the Atelier series. I think that's how you say it. While details are still scarce, the job listing features positions for 3D motion designers, background designers, and more. Notably, the job posting states that the game in question will use Unreal Engine 5. It also states that applicants will work on cutscenes with high-end real-time graphics. Additionally, required skills include past experience with creating cutscenes as well as with motion capture. All that being said, there's no confirmation on whether Mutant Insight will entirely develop the unannounced title by itself. Previously, the studio has also worked in a supporting capacity with companies like Square Enix, as well as with the case with the Final Fantasy 15 DLC, which may be the case with the unannounced remake. That being said, there are several possibilities. One is the Chrono Cross remake that's been going around the rumor mill ever since it appeared in the GeForce Now leak earlier this year. However, it's worth noting that later reports have stated that the remake will be a multi-platform release. Another possibility is the sequel to Final Fantasy 7 remake. This fits the bill as both a high-end RPG as well as a remake for the PS5. It also makes sense as Mutant Insight has worked on a Final Fantasy title for the PS5 before, and therefore already has a working relationship with Square Enix. I don't know. We'll see. Another game being, announced that it's going to be being developed for the PS5. And that's because people want to put their games on the right console. You know, they get the right backing, they get the right love, and they get to do what they want to, you know, they get to make their vision, create their vision, how they visualize it. And they get people who support them and who help them and refine it and make it still, you know, make it a great game. I mean, just PlayStation pumps out hits, man. I mean, who else is? Nobody really is right now. You know, Nintendo keeps coming with new Marios and stuff like that, and Metroids and stuff. Yeah, but nothing like PlayStation. Sony, let's go. Next story. Let's go on to the next story. Genshin Impact, a game that we've been playing a lot, that I keep telling Halira to stop playing because she's going too far ahead of us. Because I play other stuff, I'm sorry. And on Mondays, I don't play video games on stream. I do my podcast. So please, you know, no matter how much more I play, every time she plays, she gets further. I play more, I try to catch up, I get closer, she plays again, she gets further. And it's like, so I can't just play one game. I'm sorry, it's not me. You see, I made a video last night playing a totally different game. I had mad fun. I enjoyed myself, you know? Anyway, Genshin Impact Update 2.4 adding new area, new enemies, and new playable characters on January 5th. Can you make it easier to get these playable characters, please? MiHoYo has announced that it'll kick off the new year with the next big update for Genshin Impact, titled Fleeting Colors in Flight. Version 2.4 will land on January 5th and will bring with it the Lantern Rite Festival along with its rewards, a new area, new enemies, and 2 new playable characters. The annual Lantern Rite will give players an opportunity to get the 4-star Liu character for free, as well as the chance to earn rich rewards once again. The new area is called Enkanomaya. I'm going to try to get the free. I want to get all the free characters I can. The ruins of an ancient underwater civilization ripe for players to explore. Unlike the other islands in Azuma, Enkanomiya is a huge floating island located beneath the ocean, constantly eroded by the abyss, wrote MiHoYo. Ancestors of the people of Watasumi Island once lived there, leaving the ruins of an ancient civilization that are older than any other relics found on land. Without day and night underground, players will find a way to use Dainichi Mikoshi, the artificial sun developed by the ancient civilization, as they delve into the puzzles and depths of the Enkanomiya. Too many words, I really not. It's gonna have a few new dangerous enemies, but we'll have new companions to deal with the threats. Two new playable characters, the 5-star Shenhei and 4-star Yunjin. Shenhei wields cryo power, and her elemental skill can boost nearby party members' elemental skills and damage. Yunjin is equipped with Geovision and can buff her teammates' normal attacks. Update 2.4 will also bring games, stalls, vendors, and other festivities to Liu Harbor. Okay. Games? Well, we'll see what that means. We'll see what that looks like. Genshin Impact is mad fun, man. I play that game. It's super fun. So if you haven't played Genshin Impact, you gotta check it out, man. And it looks good on the PS5. I tell you, it looks real good. All right. Next story. We jump into some car tech. Mercedes-Benz Vision EQXX is a solar cell-clad EV with huge range and a 47.5-inch 8K display. 47.5-inch 8K display. Where is that picture? I want to see the picture of that. Where is that screen? The covers have been taken off of Mercedes Vision EQXX at CES 2022. A new concept, or road legal research prototype, as it's referred to in its official comms, that shows us how Mercedes imagines the future of electric cars. And it's the Ranger Mercedes new concept EV that is the real headline grabbing stat, with the German manufacturer claiming the Vision EQXX can travel over 1,000 kilometers, over 620 miles, on a single charge, a market-leading feature. To give you an idea of the distance you could theoretically drive on a single charge of the EQXX, the range is equivalent to a trip from Berlin to Paris, from New York City to Cincinnati, Ohio, or from Beijing to Nanjing. Mercedes claims based on average distances driven per year, Vision EQXX drivers in the US and China would, on average, only have to recharge twice a month, while European drivers would typically only have to recharge once a month. What's more, the firm says it has squeezed the energy of its flagship Mercedes-Benz EQS into the dimensions of a compact car, with this technological breakthrough aided by the firm's Formula One know-how. A concept close to conception. It said it's a concept that won't actually go into sale, but a lot of its features, a lot of things about the car will be into some kind of a car, electric car, for Mercedes in 2024 or 2025. It looks kind of cool. It looks more like a Porsche than a Mercedes, but it still looks electric. I like the back of it. This back part, I really like that. Like that's different. That's nice. Why can't this be the car? Like, why is it just a concept? I hate concept cars that look like real cars, but they're like, oh, it's just a concept. Why are you making this so much of a concept? Put this car out. You show us these pictures and be like, yo, this car looks crazy. It would be crazy on the road. It would look crazy. I know the inside looks super concept-y with all these extra jagged stuff. It looks like mesh. I don't know. Like, there's all these designs that look real concept-y and like the seats and stuff. But all you got to do is make them, look more regular, just a little more regular, or you can just have cars start to look like concept cars nowadays. We are in the future, yo. It's 2022. We're supposed to have cars that the inside looks like this. Cars aren't supposed to still look like they normally look. There have seats that look like this. That's crazy. That would be real crazy. Have, LED lights everywhere, lights coming at me. Come on, man. Somebody get ahead of it. Somebody say, you know what? Yeah, we need a future looking car because it's 2022 and we're really supposed to have cars flying around and have, buildings floating in the air and stuff. And we don't have all that. So let's at least get a little taste of it. Let's give people a little something. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a picture of this 47.5 inch 8K display in it, but yeah, I really think that they should do that. I really think they should make cars that look more like concept cars, like the real outrageous like interior. It's like, oh wow, this looks like a spaceship. Yes, it's 2022, man. Let's make cars look more like that, sci-fi-ish, like how we envisioned it back in the day. People were getting too stop sticking to the script. Somebody jump. Somebody get out of that box, jump right out of it. All right? I said it here on the Play Level Podcast, episode 23, on January 3rd, 2022. I'm Pablo Man 44, and I said it here. Next story. 10 PC games we can't wait to play in 2022. Written by Rosario Blue, published yesterday. This is Tech Radar, where I get this from. A new year is upon us, and while we can't be sure it'll be a good one or that we'll keep to the many resolutions we make, we can trust it to deliver an array of excellent titles. Well, for the PC, this is what they're wanting to play. We'll start with number 1 is Elden Ring. I don't think this is in any order. I think this is just 10 titles that came to their mind and they listed them. Doesn't say, does it say top 10? Nope, just says 10. Elden Ring. Of course, everyone wants to play Elden Ring. Elden Ring will be everywhere. If it was, Bluepoint who did it, if it was the Bluepoint remake, it would have been only on PlayStation. So, people are lucky they're going to play Elden Ring everywhere else. But who knows? Xbox players might not play it because, they don't know nothing about those kinds of games. But Then we got Redfall, which is a Bethesda game, which will only be on Xbox and Windows 10. I'm not interested in that game. It is, you know, one of those games. It says it's a co-op first-person shooter game. It's open world, and you take down vampires. And there's another game in this list that's pretty much like that. That actually looked better, you know, when they, you know, they showed them. I saw both trailers. I saw trailers for both. I don't know if there was any actual gameplay for Redfall shown. I'm not sure, but I think there was for the other one. But we'll get to it in a second. The other one looked better. The Kalisto Protocol, set in the PUBG universe in the year 2320. In the PUBG universe in 2320. This immersive action survival horror game is developed by new studio Striking Distance Studios, founded by co-creator of Dead Space, Glenn Schofield, and published by Krafton. You play as a prisoner attempting to escape a maximum security prison colony on Jupiter's moon Kalisto. You must fight your way through hordes of various alien monstrosities, explore the colony, Black Iron created by the United Jupiter Company, and uncover the secrets that lie within. Although there hasn't been a specific release date announced just yet, Kalisto Protocol has definitely come out at some point in 2022. So, image credit, Bethesda Softworks. Why are they using us? Oh, this is a Starfield. What is it? So Kalisto Protocol, I don't know. It doesn't say what system is coming out for, where it will release, but I think it'll be multi-platform. I think it'll be everywhere. Starfield. Next story. God of War. Suck it, Xbox. Ugh. Anyway, God of War. Of course, PC players can't wait to play this. It's God of War. I mean, we've been playing that. The game came out a while back. You know, it's a PlayStation exclusive. Game is crazy awesome. So you're welcome. We're getting a new one this year, and y'all not. But, you know, you'll get it a few years later. You know, everybody's like, oh, well, PlayStation games are going to PC as well. Yeah, a couple of years down the line. So, the game will be released on January 14th, and you can pre-purchase it on Steam. Tom Clancy Rainbow Six Extraction. This is a game I'm like hyped for. I can't wait. Rainbow Six Extraction is gonna be fun. When does it come out? January 20th. Ooh. So that's the first of the games. But at least this technically isn't a game that I have to finish, but is a game I want to play and I want to buy. So, you know, this game is going to be crazy, and I think it's going to be decently priced. I'm not sure. I won't, you know, don't quote me. I don't know if they're going to $59.99 it, or they're going to $39.99 it, or $29.99 it. That would be nice. I don't know. I don't remember how much they said they was going to put the price point as. I don't know if they even said it at all. But yeah, looking forward to that. Company of Heroes 3. That's an old game. Company of Heroes coming out with a new one. I don't know much about it. It doesn't say any specific release date, and it says Q4 2022. So, and Ark 2. I heard the first Ark game is trash. So, and it has the same thing. There's no specific release date. It just says 2022, which could be pushed, you know. But this one has Vin Diesel in it. So who knows if it's going to take a different turn than the first Ark. I played early first Ark and I didn't really like it. But, you know, it still has a following. A lot of people still play it, but I don't know. I can't get in. This is the game I was talking about. Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt. This is Steam Open Access already. It's due to release in the spring. It's a free-to-play title, all right? It has vampire on vampire hunting fun. Navigate you around the rooftops and gorgeous streets of Prague in this action-packed epic battle royale title based on the Vampire Masquerade TTRPG, the World of Darkness series. Choose your clan and blah blah blah. It's another battle royale, but you know, it's got a sort of a different aesthetic to it, so it looks a little different and it plays a little different. So we'll see. I gotta see this game in action. I didn't play it, and I didn't do the early access thing. I have to check my emails because I did sign up for early access for something I have to check for. But it does look better than the other one. But it's not a game I would buy. I might play it if it's free. This says free to play. The other one you have to pay for. At least this one's free, you know. I am definitely looking for this Dying Light 2 Stay Human, because I loved the first Dying Light and I went through it. I played the full game. I put a lot of hours into it, put a lot of work into it, and I did a lot. That game was so fun. Had a lot of fun playing that game. So I'm definitely looking forward to this game. I tell you that. So Dying Light 2 is on my radar. And that's the last one. Here's the writer, Rosario Blue. She is a writer, playwright, and freelance journalist. She's a global goodwill ambassador for Postcards for Peace. Postcards. So yeah, those are the 10 games that the PC players can't wait to play. And of course, you know, you got God of War on there. Yeah. Of course, you know, you want the PlayStation games. You talk about your master race, but our games are way better than yours. You know. So you just can't wait to play our games. I get it. Just buy a PlayStation. You get it earlier. All right. Next story. Speaking of PC, here's some more tech news. Nvidia Geforce Rtx 3090 Ti specs, price, and leaks. Everything we know. All the news and rumors about the Nvidia Geforce Rtx 3090 Ti. Let's see what it's going to be like. It hasn't been announced yet, but already the rumor mill is starting to swirl around an upgraded model of the best graphics card for the consumer market you can buy, assuming you can actually find one for sale, that is. Given the ridiculous state of the graphics card market following the release of the first batch of Nvidia Ampere graphics cards in September and October of 2020, adding one more Nvidia graphics card to the mix might seem like a strange move. But given that an Nvidia GeForce RTX 3090 Ti would arguably be the most powerful consumer graphics card available and thus command an additional premium over its MSRP on account of price gouging from unscrupulous ne'er-do-wells, I don't know what that. If you have the budget for an RTX 3090 Ti, if and when it is released, you might have a better shot at grabbing one for yourself, given the much lower demand stemming from its premium price tag over its fellow Ampere cards. I'm sorry, I'm cool with my 2060? I forgot what I got in there, 2060, I think. With Nvidia Lovelace expected to launch sometime next year, how realistic is it to expect an Nvidia GeForce RTX 3090 Ti at this point? If it is released, how much is it likely to cost? What are the specs we're most likely to see, and what will its performance be like? We gathered as many leaks, news, rumors about it as they could find. They found a whole bunch of leaks and stuff. So, what is it? An upgrade to the current top-of-line graphics card. When is it out? They don't know. Possibly as soon as January. We're in January. So still no news. How much will it cost? It's unknown, but it will likely start around 2,000 American dollars, with some third-party aftermarket cards selling for double that and more. Like, no, $2,000 just for the graphics card? Like, this is why you can never claim master race, PC. Like, $2,000 for just the and to play what? I have a PC. I bought my PC. My whole computer isn't as much as I didn't pay for my computer as much as that one graphics card. All right, but my PC is pretty nice. I like it. I've had fun playing it. But what do I play? I play a bunch of simulator games. I play a bunch of, you know, early access things, like little demos and here, test this game out. And, you know, that's what I play. And then what else do I see? I see stuff that's available everywhere else. Call of Duty, Apex, all these other games. What PC game that is just PC game is a PC, like you gotta get a PC to play this. You gotta get this game. What game is that? I need to know. A game you can only play on PC. That's like, yo, you gotta have this game. Star Citizen? You sure? You sure? Is it a full game or is it still in beta? Is it still one of those? They're continually working on it and it's still buggy and it hasn't been optimized and stuff because it hasn't gone gold. Like how, it's still early access. Is it still one of those? Because I'll look for it. I'll look for Star Citizen. I'm pretty sure my PC can handle Star Citizen. Because you've talked about this game for a long time. YouTube streams of it. I'm gonna check it out. But is it really like one of those gotta have it? Is it like, you know how much a PC is? Is it like, yo, just drop the money on it. Yo, I gotta save up. Just drop it on it because you gotta have this game. PlayStation has some games like that. Yo, you need to get a PS5 because you gotta play this. And people say, oh, there's none. Oh, because you can play them on PS4. True, you can play them on PS4. Some of these games. Not Returnal. That is only PS5. Not, what's another one? That's another game that's just PS5 exclusive. Ratchet and Clank. There's no PS4 version. There's gonna be some more games that come out like that. But they look and play and have extra features on the PS5. They look much better and play much better. They're so, like, it's a drastic difference. Because of the ray tracing, because of the capability. Like Spider-Man is a main example. Spider-Man playing on a PS5 looks way better on the PS5 than it does on the PS4. It's No Man's Sky, but real and has guns and missions and everything. I'll check it out. You keep talking about it. I guess I could check it out because I don't think I could have ran it on my laptop. I might have been able to, but I don't think I could have. But I know I can run it on this. So, I might check it out. So yeah, but yeah, $2,000 for just the graphics card. This is why a lot of people don't buy PCs. And you say, oh, because you're broke and stuff. I mean, that's disrespectful. I mean, some people got families and some people don't make enough money to say, I could drop $2,000 on just the graphics card, and then I still got to buy the power supply, the case, the motherboard, and all this stuff, which also start adding up. And by the time you'll be like $5,000. Like, really, for a computer? When you got people looking on websites and seeing a Dell computer for $200, $300. It's not a gaming rig, but people don't know that. People don't know it's that deep. When it comes to gaming stuff, you gotta have this graphics card to play this. But it's like, it kind of sucks. $2,000 just for a graphics card. But that is what it is. Next story. Toss the batteries. Samsung's amazing new remote uses your Wi-Fi to charge. What? I had to talk about this one. Wi-Fi to charge? You saw a foot. Oh, yeah, but that's the big part of PC games that I hate. Is that a lot of it is that you gotta microtransactions. They're like pay to win on a lot of these games, But hey, it is what it is. So this remote, okay, Samsung kicks off CES 2020 with a Wi-Fi router signal sipping, solar ready solar cell remote. Let's read what that even means. Samsung solar cell remote may be the first ever to wirelessly charge via your router. The South Korean tech giant took the solar-powered Eco remote it introduced at last year's CES and gave it a remarkable upgrade for CES 2022. The ability to harvest RF signals from your router to maintain a charge. Wow. The concept of RF energy harvesting is not new. The ubiquity of RF signals from Wi-Fi and outdoor cellular systems makes them an attractive, low-power energy solution for systems that can't necessarily be connected to AC or DC wiring. But this may be the first time the technology has been employed in consumer electronics. Unlike other wireless charging solutions, such as near-field QI, the Eco Remote control doesn't have to be very near or in contact with the router. It only works with 2.4 gigahertz RF signals. RF energy harvesting can unobstructed reach devices up to 40 meters away. Wow. Since the remote doesn't need a charging base and employs a pair of wireless charging technologies, the solar and RF energy harvesting, it can constantly sip energy from your router, and if face down, the solar panel on the back that can charge via your end table lamp. According to Samsung, the remote doesn't need or even have batteries. There must be some place to store the sipped energy, however, Samsung told us. There is no lithium-ion battery in the remote. What it does have, according to Samsung, is a capacitor. A capacitor can store small amounts of energy. Unlike batteries that can do it chemically, capacitors do it physically in a form akin to static electricity. Whether it's a bright and sunny day or the middle of the night, the battery stays fully charged by collecting router's radio waves and converting them to energy. Samsung representatives told Tech Radar. The solar cell remote is made from recycled materials and now comes in black or white. The previous model was available in black only. Samsung said it ships with every 2022 Samsung QLED 4K and 8K TV. That sounds crazy. Technology is crazy, man. And you telling me we don't have flying cars? You telling me concept cars can't be just the regular cars? Like, regular cars look like concept cars. Why we not flying cars already? Why we don't have a flying, traffic system? Why we not doing that? Why are there no buildings in the air yet? Anyway, we can wirelessly send energy and charge remotes and stuff, but we can't fly in car. We can't have mass-produced flying cars, consumer flying cars for the regular. Go to Ford and be like, where's your new flying model? Go to Dodge, be like, I'm gonna try your new flying car. Why can't do that? Why that hasn't happened yet? And Toyota and Honda, you got the flying car, right? Yeah, let's get the flying one today. I don't know. It's just they gotta get it together, man. Technology should be further than this. It probably is. They're just trying to find ways to make money off of it. And just come on, man. Really. Anyway, next story. Next.
I am not a bounty hunter.
I'm like, what the heck did I press? I'm like, what was that? What did I press? Now it's loud. Anyway, next and last story. Ooh, there's some sports news. Let's talk about what's happening right now in the sports. As far as NBA goes, I don't really care about any other sports. I'm sorry, I apologize. Other sports are good and fun and cool and stuff, but I'm a basketball guy. Right now, the Heat and Warriors, with 2 minutes and 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter, the Warriors are up 112 to 104, and this game is being played in Golden State. The Hawks and the Trailblazers are in a heated match as well. 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining, and a 127 to 123. Trailblazers lead the Hawks in Portland. In LA, the Timberwolves are kind of wrecking the Clippers right now, 90 to 72. And there's in the fourth quarter with 9 minutes and 37 seconds left. This is, I think the Clippers have a lot of people out too as well. A lot of teams do. The Rockets got ransacked again by Philly, 133 to 113 in Philly. Hopefully, they don't bring that kind of energy to Chicago when I go and the Bulls get that W. But you know, the Bulls are on a rampage right now, so I'm looking forward to getting that finally getting that win over Philly this year. We lost the previous two meetings. The Hornets were defeated by the Wizards in Washington, 121 to 124. The Wizards were 18-18, and the Hornets were 19-18. So now the Wizards have overtaken the Hornets in the standings by a half game with this victory. The Grizzlies have defeated the Nets. So now the Bulls have a comfortable lead in number one in the East. The Grizzlies win 118 to 104 in Brooklyn. Ooh. Grizzlies are not doing too bad, 24-14, while the Nets are 23-12. Speaking of the Bulls defeated the Magic in Chicago, 102 to 98. The Magic, who are 7-31, abysmal. Of course, when you play against, you know, the best teams in the NBA, I mean, they're NBA players, so of course they give their all. They can win at any given night, but they've only won 7 times out of 38 games. The Bulls defeated them in Chicago, going 25-10. The Pistons have defeated the Milwaukee Bucks, who are the defending champions, 115 to 106 in Milwaukee. Giannis did play, almost triple-doubled. The Jazz have defeated the Pelicans, 27-10 Jazz, defeated the 13-24 Pelicans, 115 to 104 in New Orleans. The Mavericks at home took the victory over the Denver Nuggets, 103 to 89. The Mavericks are now 19-18, while the Nuggets are 18-17. Now, update on the Warriors and Heat. The Warriors are up 115 to 106 with 35 seconds left. Sorry, Vaughn, you will have another L tonight. You will be 23-15. Sorry. The Warriors will go to 29-7. That is the league's best, I believe. The Hawks and the Trailblazers are very close right now. So what I'm gonna do over here is I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna open this up over here so that I can slide this over and watch this game on the side, because I do want to watch this game. Oh wait, I can't watch it over here. Let's see. So, can we open a new tab and bring it over here? And this be the tab we look at, and we ignore this tab. We can do that, right? Yes. Yes, and you don't have to see what I'm watching on this side. I want to see the end of this game. Not the Heat and Warriors game, but the Hawks and Blazers game. The Heat and Warriors game is over, you know. Sorry. There's no way the Heat are coming back. They're down 8 with 19 seconds left. It's muted. Hawks game is muted. Yes. Okay. So it is now 129 to 125. Portland has the lead with 42.6 seconds left, but the Hawks do have Trae Young. They're on a timeout right now. Both teams are in the penalty, and you know, I think Portland has the ball. Ooh, 130 to 125. Portland did score again. And one. Okay, so it's now 130 to 125, and we'll see what happens. I'm gonna watch this game on the side. But let's look at the standings as they are before these games end. The Chicago Bulls have a 2-game lead over the Brooklyn Nets for first place in the East at 25-10. So if the playoffs started today, it would be the Bulls versus the Hornets, the Nets versus the Wizards, the Bucks versus the Sixers, and the Heat and Cavs. The Cavs. The Cleveland Cavaliers would be in the playoffs if the playoffs started today. this is Bizarro World, guys. It's Bizarro World. In the Western Conference, the Golden State Warriors lead. They will be 29-7. And end of this, they're up a half game over. There will be a full game over the Suns at 29-7, where the Suns are 28-8, which is really good. It's crazy. Those two teams are killing it right now. The Jazz are close behind, 2 games behind. But the playoffs started in the West. It would be the Golden State Warriors versus the Los Angeles Lakers, the Suns versus the Clippers, the Jazz versus the Mavericks, and the Grizzlies versus the Nuggets. And he got to get the Cavs the first round, right? You know, y'all should, if the playoffs did start today, and if it remains like this, and y'all get them in the first round, y'all should win that series. But it's gonna be one of those series where you're like, come on, yo, like, please, yo, why are they playing so good, yo? They're just the Cavs, yo, because it doesn't make any sense. But you know, the Bulls will get the Hornets, and it'll be the Ball brothers going up against each other in the playoffs. Of course, we're gonna win that one. Come on, son. There's not even a question of that. You know what I'm saying? We got. I want to hold on to this number one. You know, if we go number one up until when I, you know, go to the United Center and we're still number one, I'm gonna be so happy, yeah. But you know, things happen. You know, especially with players always dropping because of the health and safety protocols. So who knows what's gonna happen? All right, so it's 125-130. Trae Young with the ball in his hands. He's doing too much. There's 35 seconds left. They're playing excellent defense on him. They're double teaming him. He hasn't passed the ball yet. He hits Gallinari, who misses the 3. Trae Young with the rebound. He hits it over to Bogdanovic. I forgot who that kid. What's his name? Oh, they miss. Game's over. And they're not fouling. They're gonna go foul now. 15 seconds left. Portland got a 5-point lead. No Damian Lillard. Hawks should have won that game. They're a really good team, man. But you know, they're sometimey. Hey, it happens. Oh well. So as we go back to the scores, we're gonna look. Is now 131-125. If he hits both free throws, it will be 132-125, 7-point game with just 15 seconds left. Oh no, wait, he just had one free throw. It was an and one, that's right. There's just 15 seconds left. Game's over. Just 15.2. You're not gonna, unless you can do a Reggie Miller, hit the 3, steal the ball, hit the 3. You know, we're not seeing overtime or lead change. It's over. The Warriors have officially defeated the Heat 115-108 in a valiant effort by the Heat. I'm sorry, the Warriors are just ridiculous, and still Klay Thompson hasn't come back yet. Jordan Poole is back though. So I don't know when. Ooh, sources optimism that Klay will return Sunday against the Cavs. This is 8 hours ago. So next Sunday against the Cavs, they think he will return. Ooh, let's look at the NBA power rankings. Of course, the Warriors are first, the Suns are second, but the Bulls are third, baby. We were 6th in the power rankings, which is still good. But yeah, he is 7th. You've been 7th. All right. Yeah, if Klay Thompson. Yeah, and the thing is, he don't need to do much. He don't, man. Like he can take 3 dribbles and oh snap. It's a 4-point game with 8.5 seconds left. They got Simmons back on the line. At 128-132. Let's go back to these scores. Wow, 131 to 134. They could have. Yeah, he can catch and shoot, smother, and still drop 20 a night. He didn't even got a dribble. Like he look, 4 dribbles. He had 37 points or something like that. It was crazy. But yeah, man, that's the end of the Play Level podcast for this week. The first Play Level podcast of the new year. We're in 2022, ladies and gentlemen, and it's gonna be a great year. Let's be optimistic. Let's be happy. Let's be positive. Wow. Oh, that's how he did it. Oh, I was wanting to see how he took that from the logo and banked it. I'm sorry, that's crazy. Yeah, it is. It is sick. Like Klay Thompson, like it's gonna be crazy watching them play. Like I have, you know, dreams of the Bulls. I just don't want them to make the finals and have to face the Warriors. You know, I don't want that record to be tarnished. That 6-0 in the finals for the Chicago Bulls. I don't want it to be tarnished, and I don't want another Bulls record to be tarnished and ruined by the Golden State Warriors. I don't. The Bulls are really good, man. They're really great. Like I love them. That's my team. But Klay Thompson back. And if he is anything like he was before, and where they playing already without him, I don't want to meet them in the finals, yo. I don't. They're gonna win a championship this year, yo. Like there's no way that they don't, yo. Like look how they've been playing, yo. And get Klay Thompson back, that's. But who knows? My Bulls could hold their own because they are really, really good. And DeMar DeRozan for MVP, yo, because that kid is clutch. How you back-to-back nights ice teams with a 3-pointer at the buzzer with defense on you? Not easy shots either. Ice them both. Back-to-back nights, not just back-to-back games, back-to-back nights. 2 nights in a row. Let's go. Shot-towns. Shout out to Bulls Nation. But yes, once again, I'm Pablo Man 44. This has been the Play Level Podcast. I'll see you next Monday for the Play Level Podcast, episode 24, which is the second episode of the new year. Hopefully we got some, you know, some crazy stories, and maybe we'll talk about some Klay Thompson, his return. If he does return Sunday, we'll talk about it Monday. But you will see me here on Wednesday playing some Silent Hill or some backlog stuff. I'll probably do backlog stuff. I think I'm shelving the Silent Hill thing for a while because I totally need to get through these games. Time is ticking, and I need to play these games and finish them. At least get to a point of completion where I feel comfortable. Like, okay, I could play something else because new games are coming out, man. Like this month, next month, and I want to be ready. And I want to be, you know, I want to feel comfortable and confident in doing it. Check out my YouTube channel. I will be posting a video this week besides the Play Level Podcast. I will be posting at least one more video. It's a video of the game Phobia, Saint Inferno Hotel that I played. It was just a demo, but it was super fun. It was a survival horror game. You know, horror game. It's pretty fun. It's really good. So definitely check out the video on the Dad Level, my YouTube channel, The Dad Level, THEDADLEVEL. Could be spelled different. Not saying that you guys don't know how to spell, but people put the THA, you know, Dad. It was always DAD, but level. I don't know. People could spell it different just to try to be unique, but no, mine is clearly The Dad Level. All right, just like Play Level, Level 3 Gaming, The Dad Level. It's all about levels, man. There's levels to this. I'm out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you Wednesday. I'm sorry, not tomorrow. I'll see you Wednesday. And y'all be safe. All right? Peace out, Vaughn. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And sorry your Heat lost, man. My Bulls won tonight. So you took an L, I took a W. I'm out. Peace and love, everybody. Happy New Year. And peace and love this whole new year. Let's go. I'm out. Pablo Man 44 signing off. Peace and love.